to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Eccles.
And we're back. Once again, we are tucked. It is Saturday evening, and we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of the Magic Valley. And it is just me and Mr. Dean this evening.
Greetings.
Dean came. He's been once in the last 3 months.
3 months.
2 months, and decided he liked it so much he was going to come again.
It's cathartic coming in here and
You're
blowing off steam.
Your wife let you come on in, and
She did.
You're going to have to speak a little closer to the mic, dude.
She did.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. I get to edit that out. So it's good to have you back again.
Right, I'm happy to be back.
Dude, this is like the OG, man. This is original. You and me,
right? Back when you were first starting out.
When we were first starting, and we had no plan, and we had no order.
Just got out here and just told jokes and talked about movies, and
frankly, it's still the same. Not
much changed.
Not much has changed. That's kind of still the way it works.
It's all good.
We print off stories now every now and then, right?
Yeah, but don't cite any sources.
Exactly. We have more people that listen to us now, and we have more people that don't like me now.
Hey, have you got any more hate mail?
I haven't got any more hate mail.
Oh man, that was like the best. That is so hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was a real tool.
And I love it because when I start getting the hate mail, especially if it's about the NRA and about me being a communist or whatever he called me, and then I go
Democratic bot.
Yeah, a Democratic bot. And then I pick up my phone a few minutes later and I'm looking on Facebook and all I find is stuff about the NRA. Bad stuff about the NRA, people leaving, stuff imploding, money flowing freely.
Right.
They called me last week and asked for more money.
You got to be kidding. They got your number?
They got my number. So I'm not a member.
I keep getting their mail, but they don't have my number.
They send you stuff in the mail then?
They do, yeah. All the time. I remember my pop before he passed away, he was constantly getting solicitations from him, and it made him mad.
I love it when they try to send you those NRA hats that are cheap and fall apart and say made in China.
Same thing with the knives and the bags.
But yet you got the head honcho spending a couple $100,000.
$400,000.
$400,000 on suits.
Yeah.
And they're sending me some $2 piece of crap hat from China.
Right.
Well, what the heck?
Yeah, from China?
Show me the love. Where's the love, man?
Oh, yeah. Show me the dollars. That's what they're saying.
Exactly. So what have you done the last week? Have you done anything Second Amendment related?
My children have begged to go to the range, and we never had time.
What?
I know, right?
It's light till 10:30 at night now.
Oh, seriously. It's so nice out now.
Go shoot.
We should. My daughter really wants to go out. She's caught the bug with her little Savage 22 rifle.
She's ready. No, she's done with the 22, dude. She's ready to move up to the Kimber. She's ready to be ruined by the 1911.
Oh, not quite yet. She shot it. Wait, did she shoot that one?
You need to hand her that and let her. Are you afraid?
Did she shoot it once?
What's your big fear? What's your fear with your kids shooting your 1911?
My 12-year-old can handle it just fine.
They're gonna drop it. They're gonna drop it in the dirt.
The big fear is they're gonna get it dirty. That's the only problem. They're gonna put their grubby snot-covered paws all over it and
they're gonna get your safe clean
boogers
dirty.
on it.
Because if I had a 1911, which I don't, my big fear was I'd hand it to my kid, he'd shoot it and it'd jam, and then I'd have to explain why the gun failed.
Oh,
and I have to say, son, it's a 1911. And that's why it failed. It's a 1911. That's what they do. They've been a disappointment.
Especially when those guys use them in 3-gun competition. All those guys that use those 1911s, those
are 1911 variants. They're not true 1911s.
They're just slopped out, yeah. Those aren't real guns anyway. Look at those things. They're phasers, right?
Exactly. So what Tori says, he spent an entire month at, I can't read it.
NTC?
There you go. Consider that okay. I do that. That is a good Second Amendment contribution.
What's that?
Something to do with the military. Tori, you're watching, okay? I'm going to tell you right now. I know it had something to do with military, and I understand that, and that's good. I don't know exactly what. I'm just a civvy, okay? I'm just a civilian. I don't know these things. But thank you. I know it had something to do with the military. Dean called me out on it. Great. Now I look like a fool, Dean.
I'm sorry.
This is why Dean. This is why Dean isn't here very often. But then again, National Training Center told you.
Wow. In Death Valley? Holy balls! This time of year?
Do you know that they have and I don't mean to pull from this, but speaking of Death Valley, they have a race. They have an ultra marathon through Death Valley. It's called Badwater, and they're running like 138 miles. And they're running through the hottest part, and they have to take multiple pairs of shoes with them because as they're running, and part of it's like on the road in the sand, their shoes get so hot the bottoms start to melt.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Should
I try it?
Sure, go ahead.
No.
More podcast after that.
There you go. We appreciate you spending time at the National Training Center. In fact, Tori, he's been on the podcast one time. I have to get him back on, and he can come and tell us what he did over there. We want to know all the top secret stuff.
Yeah. Are there really aliens down there in southern Nevada?
Yeah. When are you going to spend time at Area 51?
Yeah.
And why can't I go?
Holy cow.
111 was the hottest it got out there. Holy cow.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's up there.
Yeah, it snowed here in the mountains.
Yeah. So. When I go up to Fairfield on Monday and Friday, still snow on the mountains.
That is insane.
Still.
So what have I done, Dean?
Yeah,
ask me.
Hey, Todd.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait, okay.
I know you're going to ask me, but here's the thing. No one asks me anything on this podcast. I feel left out. Ask me.
You're the host. I mean, you're running the show. It's your show.
Do I need to switch microphones like this and go, Todd, what did you do? No. Go ahead and ask me.
Shit. So, Todd, what'd you do that was Second Amendment related this week?
Stuff? Yeah, stuff. No. I had a class. I had a couple classes lined up this week. I had some guys that were going to come in and shoot for the legal heat. They did the legal heat portion, and they needed me to do the shooting portion with them. It was that Thursday night when the wind is blowing like 45 miles an hour. Guess what? They all decided they wanted to reschedule, and I honestly...
You were going to shoot out here at your range?
Yeah, I honestly don't blame them. I don't know if I could have kept the targets in the ground. I'm not...
Yeah. That was bad. That wind was horrible.
It was. So I had a lady come out on Friday, and she had done a little shooting in the past years ago, and she won. She went to one of these big events here in town, and she won a firearm. It was one of those Taurus G2Cs, and actually,
what's that?
It's semi-auto 9. It's kind of a small, compact 9.
Okay.
And she shot it really well. It was a fantastic class. I like them one-on-one classes. They're more fun, you know. Yeah. And then today, if Morgan is listening, he was still on there. I think he's still on there. Morgan came out and did some shooting. Him and a group of people that he knew did some shooting, and it was a great day. We had lots of fun. They learned some new stuff. I got to teach some new stuff. Stuff that I know, but stuff that I don't get to teach all the time in my regular permit classes. Yeah. It's kind of a nice change.
So what did they bring?
What did they bring? No one brought any 1911s.
What?
There was two G19s. There was a Springfield Mod 2 9mm. There was a Morgan brought his M&P 2.0 chambered in 9. He shot it, and then another kid brought. Well, I don't know what he brought originally, but he borrowed that Beretta. I think it was a 9mm Beretta 92F. There's Morgan. 92F something, whatever. That gun that I always talk bad about, which really isn't
the
that
old military 9mm.
Yeah, which really isn't that bad of a gun. They're good guns. They're just big.
I don't know. I don't think they're very pretty.
But everyone shot real well. We worked on trigger reset. We worked on. We talked about double taps and controlled pairs and what the difference is and why one was better than the other. And we let him shoot some of each of them, and it was great. We even got back to 50 feet and shot.
Really?
Yeah.
You got 50 feet out there now?
I got about 50 feet, yeah. I give or take.
You opened it up.
Give or take
nice.
A few feet. I took some more scoops of dirt out.
Yeah. Find any more gophers?
No, not yet. So last year, my range turned into a freaking swimming pool. Thank you, Morgan. He said I did fantastic today. I appreciate that. I like that. Thanks Morgan for gathering up everyone and bringing them out. It was a good 92 FS. That's the one I always forget that. But no, it was a good day. We had a lot of fun. I think we probably shot. I don't know, Morgan. Did you keep track of the rounds? I didn't really. I had them all written down. I know we kind of jumped around. I think we were pushing 2 to 250 rounds today. Per person. And
they all brought 9 millimeters.
It was mostly 9s. Yeah, I think one guy's shooting a 45 toward the end. I think that might have been I don't know. But yeah, we had some 45 going on too. So no, it was a good day, and it was perfect weather
today.
It wasn't too hot. It was kind of breezy, which was perfect.
Just a light breeze,
I had my freaking sweatshirt on out there.
Yeah, I got out and mowed today. I wore a sweatshirt when I mowed.
I got done with the class, and then I worked on a fence, and then I went in and ate. I ate food and caught up on so I'm a little behind the times. My wife signed us up for Amazon Prime. And so I'm watching Top Gear, the new Top Gears. It's like 3 years ago.
That is the coolest show, is it not?
It's so awesome. Me and my son are in there, and I'm like looking. They give some of the jokes, so it can be a little more graphic. And I look over at my son to see if he gets them, and I think he does, but he doesn't let on that he does. So I'm like, oh, okay, we'll just keep watching it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, those guys make me laugh so hard.
Great. You know what we need?
What's that? An adventure?
Whoa, no.
A scout adventure?
No, we don't need an automotive show. You, me, Mark, and Tarver, we need to come up with that type of show, but with firearms. What do you think?
Dude, yeah.
We could, I don't know, what theirs is Top Gear. Ours could be Recoil Spring.
Yeah, recoil spring.
Recoil spring.
Or grip safety.
That's going to be the grip safety.
The name of our show is Grip Safety.
That's right. So that should be the next Patriot Defense project, right?
Right. Yeah.
We should start a series of YouTube videos.
Grip Safety.
Grip Safety. Recoil Spring. Oh no.
What?
Mag Dump.
Mag Dump. Yeah, every day at about 6 a.m. at my house.
That only happens if you're shooting in 1911.
Oh shoot!
So you can't get enough.
Oh.
You can't get enough out of a 1911 in a row to achieve a mag dump.
I know that. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Oh, we're gonna have to draw. Oh shit! I got nothing.
You got nothing.
I got nothing. They make double stacks now with those. Remington makes one.
That's a variant.
Rounds.
That's not a 1911. That's not a 1911. That's a freaking variant.
Oh, yeah.
1911 is what? What is a 1911? How did they start off? You tell me how they started off. You tell me
the history of the 1911.
No. Tell me the first 1911. What was involved with it? Was it a double stack? Was it a single?
It was a single stack.
It was a single stack. And
shot ball ammo too.
And what caliber was it?
45.
Did it successfully shoot ammo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It blew the shit out of stuff.
Was it fancy and shiny?
Oh no, it was Parkerized.
So if you are
no beaver tail safety.
It
wasn't an ambi safety. It was a single side safety. The sights sucked. The things would rattle.
So do you mean to tell me? Okay. Oh, this is great. Do you mean to tell me that all these guys that say they shoot 1911s, they're not shooting 1911s? Every last one of them is a freaking variant. If you pick up your 1911 and it doesn't rattle, am I right?
Is it? Well, that just means it's not military. It's not a military,
and so
that just means they
1911 was originally made for what?
Military.
Okay, so if you're not shooting one of those, you're not shooting a 1911. So you 1911 guys, and you got these fancy shiny Kimbers, those aren't 1911s.
Where are you getting at, Todd?
What I'm getting is you guys are. I'm not 1911. You guys aren't shooting. Be a man. You guys ain't shooting 1911.
Shoot what then?
You're not shooting. You're shooting a 1911 variant. I seen the guys, they come to class and they got their $1,200 Kimbers. We won the war with this bullshit.
No, you didn't.
You did right. They did not win the war with
the Kimber.
You're not even shooting in 1911. No. You're shooting a freaking variant.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
I just feel like picking on 1911s
concede that
today.
Because that's funny.
We won the war with this.
Yeah.
No, sir, you did not.
Yeah.
It wasn't that shiny. I can tell you that right off.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the guy shooting the one that's like the Kimber. What are they? When they got like the 3-inch barrels or whatever.
The ultras that are this big. Yeah.
We won the war with this.
Yeah,
no, you
you
not,
didn't.
sir. You did not win the war with that.
Yeah.
We won the war with this. What caliber is that, sir? That's a 9 millimeter.
It's a 40.
You. I think I just puked.
You just threw up in your mouth.
I think I just
didn't you?
vomited a little in my mouth. I can handle talking about a 1911, and then you start talking about it. You mixing that up with a 40.
Oh, even better if you put the 40 in a Charter Arms revolver. That's like the ultimate.
That's the ultimate
gut bucket vomit fest for Todd.
I could stomach that over a 1911 chambered in a 40. Are those really that? 1911 chambered in 40?
They sell them. They sell.
I've never had one come through class.
Yeah.
Or if they are, by the time we get to the shooting portion, I've knocked the 1911 and the 40 caliber so much that people just don't.
They don't even go look.
I didn't bring a gun today. Can I borrow one of yours?
Yeah, can I borrow your 380 EZ BB gun?
Hey, that's a good gun.
It is good.
But I didn't know what. You know what? I like that gun, but you know what?
What?
I've never claimed to have won a war with it.
True.
I've never claimed to have won a war with my EZ 380.
Even Germany can't claim to win a war with that round.
There you go. So anyhow, that was fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of what else I've done this week. Now I'm thinking about YouTube videos that we're going to make.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to call them front sight, but that name's taken. I can't do that.
Grip safety.
Rear sight. I got one for you. Here they are. The guys, they're back with chamber indicator.
Yeah, chamber indicator. That's it right there. Top hit show right there.
Oh,
Don't let it out, or someone will steal that and get their own show on Amazon. Oh, look at that on Amazon with it.
Oh, so
1911
go
style.
Ahead, go ahead and read that. This is from Tori. This is off of our Facebook Live. Go ahead and read
it.
The
1911 1AG was made to work. It was made the cheapest price, but born workhorse.
But a born workhorse.
A born workhorse. All weapons are variants of the originals. Any weapon in the market today is a variant from an original Gen 1. If you may. Spoken from a 1911. Thank you, Tori. We appreciate that.
Oh.
What?
So if you didn't buy your 1911 Jeep, it's a variant.
Yeah, if you don't buy a cheap piece of crud that rattles. And
you could spend actually, but you know what? I'll give it to you, 1911 guys, because if you go out and you spend $1,400 on a 1911, guess
that
what?
Won the war.
You're still buying a cheap piece of crud.
Oh,
does that hurt?
Oh,
are you gonna get up and leave now?
Oh, that's it.
You can't. They can see you, dude. We got a camera going.
No, this is for all our listeners at home and shit.
Yeah, he slams the door. Okay.
No, you can get a quality 1911 for $700-800. Hell, if you look for a sale, you can get one for $500.
I can get a gun that'll run every time I pull the trigger and hold twice as much ammo for $500.
Yeah, but pokes itty bitty little holes in them. It's like that Bill Cosby bit on playing Buck. It was a mosquito. A mosquito bit me.
Do we need to go back to guys that run 45 saying they were crafted by the hand of
God? Yeah, that's right. What came first? The round that came from God when he created Adam, or did Moses come off the hill with a 1911? Come off Mount Sinai.
The rock that David picked up to slay Goliath with. It was a 40.
It was fired.
It was a 45 round fired from. But they didn't have a 1911 yet, but it was a 45 round.
True.
There you go.
Damn right it was. Stupid Goliath.
Stupid Goliath.
Communism.
One shot brought him down. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I'm going to start getting hate mail all the night. Tori, you're not allowed back on the podcast now because that's all I'm going to hear about now is 1911s. No, you're welcome anytime I feel like arguing. Keep people. I got to keep people jumping here. Keep them guessing, right?
Right. Guessing what?
Guessing
what you're gonna hate. What you're gonna hate next.
I think we need to go to some. I think we need to go to some stories.
What you're gonna hate next.
So there's a story I found. There's a lady over in Montana, and she left her house.
Is this?
So let's back this up. Where do you carry, Dean? Do you carry everywhere you legally can?
Everywhere, yeah, everywhere I legally can. Even sometimes, yes, everywhere I legally can.
Okay, I carry. Yeah. Don't. It's not live.
No
live,
incriminating. Nothing incriminating.
I incriminate it. It doesn't matter.
Nothing
So
incriminating. Here.
I carry everywhere I legally can do. Now, when you're at home, do you carry at your house?
No, because I got them stashed strategically all over the house.
But if you were to go to town and come home, would you have your firearm on you then?
Yes.
Okay. So that's okay. I got it. You need to speak a little closer, not louder, but a little closer. Thank you. So
the way I carry, I pocket carry in my jackets. So I just put on a jacket and I'm carrying.
okay,
That's how it works. Yeah.
that works.
And it's easy. I'm on the bike. I got it. If I'm driving, I got it.
So there was a lady in Montana this week. She left, and she when she got home, she found a bear in her house. A bear had made its way into the mudroom of her home. She wasn't jogging. She wasn't out
She
looking
was
for this
out
bear.
doing.
She was out shopping. And this bear made its way into her home, into the mudroom, and ended up locking the deadbolt on the door. Got irritated. Go ahead.
Did she not have a key?
Well, she saw the bear in there.
Oh, so she's not going in. Yeah.
She wasn't going in. Yeah, she wasn't going in.
She goes up, starts to unlock.
So
probably walks up and finds that, hey, this is locked. That's unusual. I didn't lock this.
So it locked the door, and so the bear couldn't get itself out because it obviously let itself in.
Right.
And the bear tore some stuff up.
How did it get in the first place?
I don't know. Bears are.
Did she leave the door ajar?
I don't know. Maybe it was one of those levers.
A
a lever or something. But anyhow, tore some stuff up in there. And decided it was tired from tearing stuff up.
So it took a snooze?
It climbed up in... It climbed up... Look at that. I'm sorry, read that comment.
45 caliber, 230 grain rock. That's right.
It climbed up into the closet that was in the mudroom and took a nap on the top shelf.
What kind of house is she living in that a shelf can hold a full-grown bear?
I don't know. It was Montana.
Holy balls.
Big money. Oil money. I don't know. Timber money, ranch money. But anyhow, she called law enforcement. They were able to come and tranquilize the bear and get it out of the house. But so, we talk so much like two-legged predators, right?
Right.
People, right?
Yeah.
There's four-legged predators out there.
Right.
You don't have to go jogging or hiking to see them.
Right. Yeah, around here. Yeah. Around here too.
Around here as well. Now, I don't know the last time I've seen a bear get into somebody's house.
Not a bear around here, but you got coyotes that get a little aggressive sometimes. And
neighbors' cats. They want to kill me.
Neighbors' cats. Yeah.
Neighbors' cats want to kill me.
Those occasional rabid squirrel or
well,
those gang member mice.
I'm sorry.
I got some MS-13 mice in the field next to us. They're just raising hell all the time, selling drugs, trying to get my kids hooked on meth. They're terrible. These field mice. They're MS-13 field mice.
Oh, you talked about a squirrel. And I'm laughing because did you read the article about the squirrel?
No.
I should have printed it off, and I did. I don't even know. It was back east somewhere. The cops went over to this guy's house for some reason. They were doing something there. He had a pet squirrel. He had a pet attack squirrel.
Oh, I think I heard about this.
Yeah, it was all methed up, dude. He fed the squirrel nothing but freaking meth.
He was probably hotboxing with the poor guy.
So they arrested the guy. They had the squirrel, this mad attack squirrel, all hooked on meth. That's all he got all day long. They freaking released him into the wild.
No, they didn't give him rehab?
No,
they should have took the poor squirrel to rehab.
Dude, that dude is king of the freaking woodlot.
Oh my! He probably isn't eating much because he lost all his teeth. He's losing his hair.
Yeah, but he's
losing tons of weight.
He's pissed off. He got his pick of whatever tree he wants,
Holy
dude.
Balls.
He's probably got he's got a slew of women following him around.
The meth head squirrel. Yeah.
He's like the pimp of the forest now. That's a methed up story, man.
Oh, that is totally methed up.
So yeah, that's
holy shit.
Yeah, I want to see
squirrel.
I want to see a video of that. He'd probably that dude would probably he'd probably carry 1911, that methed up squirrel.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was probably a Taurus.
No, it was
and it was probably military grade.
He's probably rocking the High Point.
Yes, Money Girl.
Those High Points. There's all kinds of characters that show up with those High Points, right?
Yeah.
So I've got a story here, and it's not necessarily funny but we're gonna go over it, okay?
This is just creepy.
It is kind of creepy. So I deal with a lot of people every time I do class. I deal with a ton of people, and there people come from all kinds of different walks of life, and there's some guys that Well, first of all, let's back this up. We always talk about high points on this show, right? We always talk about high points. We always talk about fancy guns.
Yeah.
Mark always talks about people going into his place of business and getting excited over the high points. And a while back, he talked about some gentlemen coming in getting super excited. They bought a couple high points each. They signed up for my class, and they showed up, and they were just kind of who I thought they were. And I mean, just
They were
really nice guys, but they were just a little different. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't know the history of people when they show up, because to take my class, they don't have to go through a background check.
Well, yeah,
okay?
that's a little intrusive.
That's the county's portion of it.
Yeah.
I just found out this guy that we harp on make kind of laugh at because of the high point and stuff. The dude was just convicted of really bad stuff. Pictures, we'll say some pictures that he had on his phone, and that they found at a cell phone store here in town when he was doing like a data transfer.
Guy bought a new phone.
Yes.
Took it into the store.
Yes.
To get us all his information transferred over.
Yes.
And left his old phone at the store.
Yep.
And while they were transferring the information, they found some really bad pictures.
Some really bad pictures.
Really bad pictures, yeah.
And if you want to go more into the story, I'm sure you can find it if you just look it up. You can find that story. And it's my wife is out of town, and she sent me the article. And she said, "This dude was in your class," and I'm like, "No, he wasn't." And I got to look, and I looked up his name, and sure enough, he was in my class. But that's going to the extreme. Okay, that was some really bad stuff. But
that's your brush with evil.
I feel like I feel like evil now, right?
Yeah. Did any of it rub off on you? Did any of his evil dandruff get on you?
I don't. I hope not. I don't think so.
You got his evil brewing in you?
I hope not. But let's. That's why we carry, right?
Right.
That's why we carry. We carry because we're around people every day, and you may just bump into someone in the store. You have no idea where they're from or what they're going to do. And I guess that's the point of my story.
Yeah.
I took the long route in to get to that point, but that's the point of the story. You're around people every day, and you don't know who they are. You don't know what they've done. You don't know any of that stuff. And that's why we carry, because you don't know when you're going to have to use your firearm. Everyone's still barking about the 1911 stuff I see. So you don't ever know when you're going to have to use your firearm or when you might have to. So that's why we carry it. So I tell you what, if you're going to get a license and you're going to carry, learn how to carry properly and carry all the time. Because
even in your own home.
Even in our own home. Bears, right?
Bears and attack squirrels.
And meth out attack squirrels.
MS-13 field mice.
Yeah. But I mean, evil roams. I mean, evil's out here. Okay, we come across evil's out there, and I don't want to deny that, because it's out there, and every now and then it rears its ugly head, and you don't know if you're going to be in the path of that or not. Right.
Right.
That's why we do what we do.
We want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, but oh my gosh, you never know what the evil is.
Right. Yeah. You never do.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
You have got a story. So you're like, before we get into that story, I'll let everyone know that, Dean, you're like one of the smartest guys I know. You are. When it comes to, especially when it comes to like reloading.
A lot of people really, like if I meet them from my past and I tell them what I do for a living, they're like, "What? You do what?"
Yeah.
What?
But like when it comes to calibers, when it comes to reloading, that's your jam. That's your thing.
I did a lot of study in my 20s. Yeah.
All those numbers and all that stuff makes sense to you. Why you and me are even friends, I have no idea.
You don't even own a reloading manual.
Are so far on the opposite. I mean, I took a friend out to shoot with you one day, and what did we do? We shot up your freaking chronograph. Okay.
Right? Oh, I remember.
We blew the thing to pieces. And you were so gracious about it. It was just
funny.
We just blew the crap out of it.
You blew the
shield,
covers off the top.
We did all kinds of stuff. And I know it just hurts you to see the way I reload. And it just hurts you to see when you go into my reloading rig and it was a freaking mess and there's powder everywhere. When I left there, I'd spilled so much powder, just odds and ends, that I had a rug down there that I wouldn't let my wife vacuum. I just peeled it up because I was afraid the static would.
Did you take it out back and light it on fire?
I didn't. I just threw it in the trash can at this point.
Man.
It had so much stuff.
So let it sit under a bunch of grass clippings and then spontaneously combust.
Yeah, as long as it's not in my house.
Blow the shit out of the dump.
so it was like I carried it and it would fall out of the rug. Anyhow, the way I do things, the way that I reload,
approach reloading,
is you just shake your head. I know it just your head wants to explode, right?
Yeah, you don't get your loading information from a forum with a bunch of guys that don't do testing.
I got to the point where I just didn't even do that. I just pulled it up off the internet and whatever.
If it's a legitimate source like Hodgdon or Western Powers, get it from them, not a forum.
If I did go to a forum, I always went to the post, just so you feel better.
The what?
If I did go to a forum, I always looked for the post where the guy said, "You need to try this."
Oh my gosh.
Because that always seemed really...
faster than factory FPS.
That always seemed really encouraging.
And no more pressure. Horse shit.
Jam it in there.
Oh, boy. Yeah, for all of our listeners who reload, do not use smokeless powder like black powder.
Why not?
Don't just jam as much in there and then compressed load.
I'm proof. It works.
Oh, my God.
I'm proof it works.
Yes.
I've got all my digits.
Todd still has all his digits.
I can blink my own eyes.
3 Fingers Fred. Is that the guy you get your loading information from? 3 Fingers Fred?
Yeah, but I don't think they call him 3 Fingers. He's like 2 Finger Tony.
2 Finger Tony now.
2 Finger Tony. So I let him try it first. Okay, I asked to see their fingers before I... Show me your fingers before I use your recipe.
Post a picture of your hands.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. And their forehead to make sure there's no scars, imprints of sights on there.
So anyhow, why we're talking about this article right here is perfect for you. It talks about calibers. It talks about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, this says, should you mix your carry ammo? And what it says is that some people out there, I guess there's a trend where you load every other load hollow point and then a hollow point and then a full metal jacket per se.
Right.
Ball ammo, and then full metal jacket. Or hollow point, ball ammo, hollow point, ball ammo. And the theory being that, sometimes you need that extra penetration. Okay.
So I knew a guy years ago, and I didn't mean to interrupt your story. We'll get back to this. Kind of involves.
Go ahead.
I knew a guy that's all he carried. It was FMJs, man. Full metal jacket, ball ammo.
What type of caliber? What was it?
I think I don't even know. I think it was 40.
Oh, geez.
Or 10 millimeter or something like that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, but that's all he carried. And he wanted me to give him proof on why I thought hollow points were better. And this was years and years ago, and I was just getting into firearms. I'm like, do you read the forums?
Oh, my gosh.
No, I actually, what I do when I buy a new firearm that I'm going to carry, I will go and buy a bunch of good self-defense hollow point ammo. And I showed him. I actually gathered phone books. I had stacks of phone books, and I would get them wet.
Yeah.
Soak my time together, and I would shoot them, and I would see.
You show them the holes they made?
The holes they made, and I dig the rounds out. It's really kind of cool to do.
Yeah.
And see how they expanded, how they opened up, and that they essentially, I lived in Kansas at the time, so they turned into gunflowers, right? The sunflower state.
Gunflowers.
Oh. But I used to have one of them around here somewhere. But anyhow, they'd open up really nice, and he was just so amazed by that. What are you shooting it into? What do you do? I carry ball ammo, and this is why. I'm like, you're a freaking...
Oh, my gosh.
You're a freaking moron.
Wow. Well, so let's get down to it. Why is ball ammo not good? Because it goes right through someone. It slips right through them. Like, shit through a goose.
It will penetrate.
It will. It'll penetrate and make that a hole the size of the caliber all the way through.
Right.
However, if you use a good quality, well-designed, self-defense hollow point, it will expand sometimes to twice the size of the regular of your original caliber and dump a lot of energy into that person or thing that you're shooting.
Right.
And it won't penetrate as far. It still may come out the other side, but it's not going to go through the wall.
Right. And you're supposed to leave a larger wound channel that's going to bleed and cause... And people ask me in class, why do you shoot a hollow point? Well, I'm trying to cause as much damage as I possibly can without that round exiting the body. Now, is it foolproof? Not all the time. Not always. But it's way more foolproof than shooting a full metal jacket ball ammo at someone. So have you heard about this? Have you heard about, when they're someone shooting, wearing jeans, or whatever or a thick jacket in the wintertime? Have you heard people talk about the hollow points getting clogged and not opening.
I've heard of that. That happened when they were first starting to make hollow points.
Right.
This is several years ago, like 30, 40 years ago.
Right.
That might have been a problem. The technology now has come around full circle to the point where you can shoot through thick clothing with a hollow point. It will still penetrate.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to know people that would switch up their ammo just for winter time.
Shoot balls in the winter?
Yeah, well, no.
Anyway.
Great. No, they would, I don't know, I think they go to like a hotter round or something like that to punch through extra clothing. But anyhow, in the article, they're talking about that new trend, alternating carry ammo.
Yeah, and it's a myth. You really should, honestly, if you're going to be safe, you need to, use something that's tested and made for defense.
So,
and this guy even did some tests. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. You're good.
He made some tests with ballistic gelatin for. He used a 9mm. He used 115 grain FMJs.
Yeah.
115 grain hollow points, and just to show what would happen. In fact, he put on the front of his ballistic gelatin some clothes to simulate going through clothing.
Oh, okay.
Even thick clothing.
Yeah.
And the full metal jackets went clear through his ballistic gelatin, which was 32 inches. And when he put a 1 gallon jug of water behind it,
kind of
to catch it.
Yeah.
And he was pulling the full metal jackets out of that jug. But the hollow points penetrated still, made bigger holes, and only went about 16, 17 inches.
They did their job,
They
right?
did their job, yes.
So you talked about at one point about, you want to, so when you shoot someone, typically you talked about the cup of water, right?
Yeah, you're the hydraulics of everything.
So
what you're trying to do in order to get someone to stop, you're trying to shut down brain activity so they can't move.
Right.
You can do one of a couple things. You can cut off their air, and that takes about 3 minutes. That's not really effective.
Not when you got
right
guns like these.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I just peed a little when you did that. So then
I excited Dean.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, I'll read the comment. You go on. I'll read the comment.
So anyway, then you can take out the nervous system, and that's a very small target. You shoot. It's a headshot or a spine shot.
Right.
That's a pretty small target, but it's still extremely effective because as soon as you sever a nerve or disrupt the brain by putting a big hole in it, the person collapses and they're not going to work. The other way, which is the most common thing that happens when you shoot someone.
Center mass.
Yeah, center of mass, because that's where, the
circulatory
system is, right in there, the center of mass.
We use medical terms here, and that's where all the goodies are.
The goodies.
Go.
Anyway, so you got in this center of mass, you have lungs, which has a lot of vasculature in it.
Right.
You've got the heart, which is the pump. All it is a muscle that pumps blood. And then you got the aorta, the largest, and the vena cava right there, the largest artery and the largest vein in the whole body, just right there in that center of mass. And if you hit anyone in the center of mass, you're going to nick one of those things,
right? That
vasculature. And what you're trying to do is bring down blood pressure. Oh, sorry. That was really gross. Right in the mic.
It is what it is. It's allergy season. Yeah. Allergy season at Patriot Defense.
I didn't take my Nasacort today. Anyway, so you want to get the blood pressure to go down. The way to do that is you've got to disrupt the circulatory system, put great big holes in there to cause the person to exsanguinate so that their blood pressure drops. As the blood pressure drops, the brain shuts off, says, blood pressure is dropping. I need to get on the ground. So you fall. You go down because you lose that blood.
It's like the best explanation ever. The glass of water thing. You know how you.
So a person standing up.
Yeah.
You're a column of water 6 feet tall, or a pile of. Okay. So
yeah.
You're a column of water that tall. When you then get down on the ground, that column of water is then what, a foot?
Yeah.
And so then the blood pressure is then spread out. So that's why your body gets you on the ground, so that it can raise blood pressure to the head then, because the heart doesn't have to pump all the way up to get it to your brain. It can just pump the same level. Now, the problem is when you do drop the blood pressure, the person hits the ground, then, oftentimes they stay down, but if they try to get up, they'll get dizzy again because they're exsanguinating.
Sure.
But that column of water now that's that 1 foot high, they need to... That can help. They can come back to consciousness a little bit. They can become a little bit more lucid.
Sure.
So
So what this boils down to is you want to use a good hollow point, something that's going to expand,
make big holes.
Something's going to make a big hole.
Yeah.
So they lose blood pressure quicker, and even if they fall, they're still losing
it.
They're still losing it. Not little tiny,
not pinholes like a 9mm.
Not little,
or teeny little pin pricks like a 40 or a 380, which is like throwing dirt clods.
The guys that shoot the 40s will never hit them anyway.
Right.
They'll empty their mag.
Yeah, completely.
They'll empty their mag completely.
That's right. You won't hit the perpetrator, but you will scare the ever living shit right out of them,
and probably hurt your wrist a little.
Oh yeah, you'll come away with a little tendonitis there. That's right. But they call that dequervins when you it's like a okay. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm starting to glass over a little.
That's because you're thinking about the manliness of the 45 making great big holes, especially hollow points, which can expand up to twice the 45 is .90, which is almost a full inch hole going right through.
Freaking hell, it's getting deep in here.
Oh my gosh, that will let so much exsanguination occur that the blood pressure is going to drop even quicker.
I need my shovel. I need my roto-rooter. Never mind.
What? No.
It's getting deep in here.
You're going to give me a colonoscopy?
No.
A home. Never mind.
So he talks about going into into court if you ever have to.
Oh yeah, being able to
explain why you used what you used.
What you use, and if you're using hollow points and if you're mixing your carry ammo, it brings an element of doubt into your case.
Well, it looks like so. Here's what I'm going to go with. So. If a guy's hiding behind cover, okay, shoot him to stop the threat, I guess. But, if you've planned this out, So I use hollow points because that's what law enforcement uses, and this is why I do. If I want to stop the threat, that's the quickest and best way to do it. I start mixing my ammo, then it's like, okay, you've pre-thought this. You've thought this all out.
Yeah.
You planned on doing this. You had a hollow point, then you had a full metal jacket, then you had another hollow point, and then it's kind of like the guy that goes
premeditation, right?
Premeditation is kind of like the guy that goes down into his basement and he likes to reload, no problems with reloading, but they decide to reload their carry ammo. And you can buy hollow points, yes, and you can reload them. They can take that, they can turn it against you. You spent every evening for the last 2 months down in your basement handcrafting these man-killer bullets. Instead, what you need to do is you need to go out and find someone who's got a couple old boxes of black talons, and you need.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome!
You need to get some of those. No, I get a good hollow point, spend some money on it, and carry that one. So it all stems from that deal back in
1980, 86, 84?
86 is that big FBI shootout, right?
Yeah, the FBI shootout where the guys were wearing body armor. And the FBI couldn't take them down,
right?
Because so the government decided to do a study to find out what is the best round to use,
right?
What's the best cartridge to use to take someone down? And it's hollow points.
Anyhow, don't let your friends carry full metal jackets. You know what?
Friends don't let friends carry full metal jackets.
That, my friend, is a shirt. That's a shirt. I need to make a shirt out of that.
It's a slogan you can put on your crack pipe.
There you go.
Now, this guy brings up another point here.
Okay.
At the very end of it, he says the last part of this article is better living through modern ballistics. And it says in calibers like 380 or 22, then it makes sense to have ball ammo in something like that, so you get better penetration.
Bull crap, dude.
I'm not buying that.
I'm not buying that either.
I'm
not buying that at all. I wouldn't encourage ball ammo for carry for anything.
Serious. One of my everyday carry guns is a 32 H&R mag.
And you give me hell.
I know I give you hell, and it's complete bullshit because I carry this itty bitty little round. But it's got the ballistics as far as speed. It's traveling faster than a 38 special, but it's a 38 special is a bullet that's 0.357 of an inch,
right?
Thousandths of an inch, and the 32 is 0.32 something. Forget what it is. Damn, how can I not know this?
Just talked you up for being Mr. Ballistics.
Right here, now I don't even know it. But still, even with these itty bitty little rounds, I make damn sure I get a good hollow point with it so it can expand. Because again, the whole point is to make big holes in things.
It is
Yeah.
the
bigger the hole, the quicker they're going to exsanguinate, the quicker they're going to go down.
And that's what I've said since day one. When I carry a firearm for self-defense, I want to use the round that's going to exsanguinate never mind.
Yes, that's right. The first thing you think, you walk up to the counter and say, I want something that's going to exsanguinate as fast as possible. Go down there to DMB right now, talk to talk to our buddy Mark at the counter and say, I need something that's going to exsanguinate faster than anything else. What's your best exsanguination
If you
round?
ever have to use your handgun in a self-defense situation and the law enforcement comes up and they say, why did you shoot this man? I shot him to exsanguinate him.
That's right. I did not shoot to kill. I shot to exsanguinate.
That's right. And they're going to look at you and go,
what?
Blow into this for me.
Right. All right, where's your crack pipe, sir?
That's right, exactly.
True. Oh boy.
What do we got here?
Good discussion there.
So don't piss off your is it a girlfriend? Yeah, don't piss off
It was his wife?
Yeah, don't piss off your wife. And if you're a wife, don't be stupid. So
there's an old saying. Well, maybe we shouldn't say that saying. Don't get involved with crazy.
That's right.
Do not get involved with crazy.
There was a whole lot of crazy going on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go over the story. So, a 32-year-old woman was arrested on June 15th. What she did was she gathered her husband's guns to turn them into the Lakeland Police Department. She told police that her husband had been taken to jail for trying to run her over with a car.
What?
Yep, her husband tried to run her over with a car.
So that was why he was in jail?
Yep.
He was trying to get rid of the crazy.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't quick enough. He needs a faster car.
Oh gosh. So here's another point then. Don't piss off crazy.
Yeah.
If you're already involved.
Yeah. So she went to her husband's apartment. So maybe they were separated, it sounds like.
Right.
Okay.
It says there at the end.
Yeah. She went to her husband's apartment and searched for the guns that she knew that he had. She gathered them all up. She went down to the Lakeland police station and walked in there with these firearms and said she has these guns. She's going to turn them in. She said how she went over to her husband's apartment while he was in jail.
He's in jail for trying to run her over.
Went into the apartment, gathered up the firearms, and was going to turn them in. And so the law enforcement looked at him and said, so are you telling me that you committed an armed burglary? She said, yes, I am, but he wasn't going to turn them in, so I'm doing it. I'm doing the right thing. Here are the firearms. They freaking arrested her for armed or burglary.
There's a Darwin award in there somewhere.
Exactly, man. That's crazy.
That's right.
That's not as good as the guy that was hiding freaking meth up his butt or something a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, goes into surgery and oops, it just fell out. And then he shows up to go to jail, turns himself in, and while he's getting searched, another one falls out.
If you combine that story with the guy at the methed out attack squirrel, that would have been one hell of a story.
That'd be a great story.
That'd have been a great
Maybe
story.
the squirrel popped out and then started attacking people.
Ooh.
That'd be awesome.
Popped out holding that. Never mind.
Holding a meth
Holding
cannon.
the meth.
Or he just pops out and starts passing out meth crack pipes. One for you, one for you, one for you.
Like Ellen, a car for you, and a car for you, and a car. Or is that that's Oprah? That's Oprah. You get my talk shows mixed up.
Oh goodness.
Hello, Mr. Peter. So look at my pile of brass, dude. I got buckets, containers of brass. I've got more than I need to bring in here.
Is that all 9?
Dude, it's all everything. It needs to be separated.
Is this all from your classes?
I've got bag over by where I park my truck. I got bags. I just set the bag outside. I got.
Do you take it from the Buell Gun Club?
Yeah, I got garbage bags full of brass. I could probably fill another tub.
Wow.
I need to start reloading again.
What you need to do is just get those cleaned up and sell them.
No, I need a Dillon.
Oh my gosh.
I need to get an ammo factory going in here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, put your kids to work out.
We need to go. We need to go in on one. Like Josh was saying that we all need to go in on a Dillon. What do you think? We can set it up in the war room. We could do the podcast where the Dillon's running.
Right. Are they battery powered now? Are they automated?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you can plug them in.
Just plug it in and then walk away and come back. And
you got a couple grand?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So we're going to have to sell the motorcycle.
I don't know if I would trust.
You don't trust anybody.
I don't, unless I do it myself and measure everything.
Well, you're going to be here.
watching it run while we do the podcast.
Yeah. What do you think you shoot from the factory?
I know, but they
do
got.
you think some dude's in there pulling the freaking lever?
I bet you anything, it's not a Dillon that it's made on in the factory.
What do you think? There's some industrial.
Yeah, but something bigger, something more with better tolerances and watched closer. And yeah, I'm just not buying the Dillon.
I'll just reload all your ammo for you.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It'll be good.
I'll become Three Fingers Tony.
2-finger Tony.
Just start calling me Lefty.
Well, you know what? I think we're done for the day.
Yeah.
I think we're good. I think we're talked out.
Since I'm here, you want to talk politics and motorcycles?
We could talk politics and motorcycles. We could talk about the Vermont Supreme. The Vermont Supreme might have my vote over my other libertarian dude.
Yeah, they're both on the libertarian ticket.
So it's Adam Kokesh.
I can't remember his name.
Look it up. I like him.
There.
He's got a good platform. And there's the Vermont Supreme. If you don't know who the Vermont Supreme is, I'm telling you right now, we're getting into a little politics now. If you don't know who the Vermont Supreme is, you need to go online on YouTube. You need to look this guy up. Okay,
just go to YouTube and type in Vermont Supreme.
Vermont Supreme, dude. He's the man. He's the man. Look at some of his press conferences where he announced that he's running for president. It's freaking great.
It's hilarious.
Free ponies for everybody.
He's running on a platform of a pony-based economy. He's going to change over our energy system to a zombie-based energy system. So he's just going to put zombies on big gerbil wheels and hold people in front of them so that they just keep walking and turning the turbines.
I think he's probably one of the creators of The Walking Dead. Just
right. Walking. That's probably what he's going to call his power plants, The Walking Dead.
And
Adam Kokesh. That's the guy's name.
Adam Kokesh, man,
with a K. Kokesh.
I really like this guy, and I'm not knocking Trump, but I really like this guy. And anyhow, that's about as libertarian as I'm going to get on here, I guess, or I'm going to start getting more freaking hate mail up there. Did I get some? All the money I could save for reloading. Yeah, I got it.
If you save that and
you just see how much brass is just packed down into the dirt outside.
Right.
I could pave a road with it.
That's awesome.
So anyhow, I think we're good.
Yeah,
we're good for the evening.
Any other topics?
You need to tell your wife I said thank you for letting you come over.
Right. I
2 weekends in a row.
I always do.
Do you buy her flowers or something on the way home?
Something. You should buy her flowers to say thanks.
I didn't even buy my wife flowers. I'm living the bachelor life for another couple hours. The wife's been gone for like 3 days.
Oh, she's coming back tonight?
Yeah, she is, which is okay. I'm tired of the kids like asking me for things like food and stuff.
Right? For Pete's sake. We got a microwave. We got a freezer. Go dig it out.
Yourself for 3 days, kids.
You got chickens out here.
I lock the doors. Okay, why do you have to ask me for stuff?
Right.
Don't ask me for stuff. That's
for Pete's sake.
You ask your mom for stuff, not me. That's not my.
Your mom's got their mom has her phone on them, right? They can text mom.
I shouldn't have to walk in there and ask my 17-year-old daughter or my 13-year-old son, "Did you feed the 5-year-old today? Because I think he might be hungry. He's gnawing on a dog bone."
He's over there gone full Lord of the Flies,
Yeah.
He's building fires.
He comes up to me, "Daddy, I'm hungry."
Right. A big obelisk comes out of the ground. He starts beating it with a femur. And
feed him. Feed him like you feed the dogs and the ducks and the chickens.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, you can even feed them the same stuff. It's all fiber.
Exactly.
Keep them regular, too.
So I got to go inside and make sure they haven't killed each other and make sure the house kind of looks clean. Someone needs to clean it. It ain't going to be me. So until then, what's next week?
Is it
next week?
Is it a new month next week? No, not yet. Not yet. Not a new month.
Are you free next week?
I got to work next week.
Next weekend?
Next weekend, yeah. The 29th.
So you get off at... No, yeah, you do.
Yeah,
so do you get off? What time do you get off?
Around 4 or 5. Depends on how busy it is.
Just
how many
stay
patients
till
come
like
in.
5.
And
then just take the long way over here on the motorcycle.
Yeah, I drive right by here when I take the long way home. I go down, River Road and
do it.
Come up the grade, and in fact, that's how I'm going home the long way. So
do you take that bike up the gravel?
I do, yeah.
That's sketchy.
It is, but you know what? The bike is so heavy. If you just take it slow.
So do you go up it or down it?
Both. I do both, up or down.
Really?
Yeah.
That would scare the holy crap out of me.
The scariest thing I've ever done is when there was a time you had me come out to meet you at the range, the Filer gravel pit, and I wanted to ride my bike. And this is my older bike, which is very similar to this. It's about 800 pounds, over
Right.
800 pounds. Street tires, the low center of gravity, but if you put it in the dirt, it is not going shit anywhere.
I remember that.
It was raining that day, and that
road is
scary,
freaking horrible. It's like the road into, not that I've ever been like Kabul or something.
Right.
It's freaking beat up.
It's fine if you got truck. It's fine. Yeah, it's nothing. You look at it and you go, meh, a mosquito. Just like getting hit with a 9mm. But if you're driving a big bike through it, it slid.
If you would have had an IH motorcycle, you wouldn't have had a problem at all.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I think we're out of here.
True.
There's enough bull crap for one evening. We'll try to get together next Saturday. Thanks for joining us. See ya.